and she's the one that took me in when my parents were gone. She used to read me the Bible in English.
In English?
Which I never understood a word because I only spoke our language. And I was so close with her. And it just was a huge tragedy when I lost her.
In many ways, Faye's homecoming has been bittersweet. She cares deeply about her relations and her homeland, but the community is fragile, with barely a toehold on the lands that were once theirs.
I think there's a huge collective grief going on in this community. People are not naming what that communal grief is, but we're in a situation where we're landlocked. We have no access to the ocean. The ocean has meant everything to our people. And as a result of that displacement, people are experiencing extreme forms of social problems.
2 recent gang rapes in this new town site have brought home the extent of the problem. No stranger to controversy, Faye has decided to do something about it. What she and several other women are doing here is nothing short of revolutionary. They've all experienced some form of abuse, and they've formed a women's action committee to address the issue of violence on the reserve. Their immediate concern is for the victims, but they know that true healing must involve everyone in the community, young and old, men and women.
We wanted to do a write-up and put it in the newsletter about the procedure of what you should do if you should be raped. Because I think one of the things that they don't know is, they take a bath and then they go and they destroy the evidence. So this is something I think that we need to let the women here on the reserve know. The isolation has kept people in the dark about these kinds of things.
In 10 years from now, things could be exactly the same as they are right now in this community, which means that the same type of sexual abuse and rape, gang rape, and violence can continue to go on in this community. And nothing will change unless we form together, we band together as a community.
In the community and in the different things. It's a huge project of attitudinal shift. It's simple. We just have to turn our worldview completely upside down. That's a whole revolution right there. And I think it's an attitude that's been entrenched throughout our colonial history. It's this attitude that Aboriginal women are nothing, they're no good, they're good for prostitution, and that's all they're good for. And we're human beings, and we expect to be treated as human beings. We expect to be treated with respect. And what that looks like in this community is our leadership acknowledging when there are gang rapes, having policies in place that address gang rapes instead of, you go see the police. Why don't you just go dial 911? It's much more than just a police problem. It requires all of us to respond. And the things that we tolerate today are not the things we tolerated yesterday. Our ancestors would not have stood idly by and sent people off to the police. And I think there are some lessons to be learned from our traditions and our culture. They teach us how we respected women, and we need to reclaim some of our traditions and our culture.
Okay, thank you, Peter. For Faye, this also means reclaiming Aboriginal rights and title to the land, so that our people have the foundations they need to build a healthier community.
Now that I'm home, there is so much power and so much spirituality in the land and the water. And a part of our spiritual belief is that our ancestors have power and they continue to share that with us. But I know that they're there when I hit the wall on some of the struggles that I'm up against. I think about what they would have said and what they're saying to me now, and I dream about them telling me that I'm doing okay and that they're proud of the work that I'm doing.
I set out on this journey to find Dawn, but I also found Faye. I found Janice. I found the people who strive and search and hope. And on this Saturday afternoon on Highway 16, they've come out to take back the highway. Here at this tiny truck stop near the town of Vanderhoof, I found a committed group of Native and non-Native Canadians. There are activists and students, elders and chiefs, and even the local mayor. They're here today because they know that stopping the violence is everyone's responsibility. The significance of this event is not lost on Bev Jacobs, president of the Native Women's Association of Canada.
I think it's important just to show support to the families and to let them know that they're not alone. I see hope just from coming to these, coming here and seeing people who aren't willing to give up. And I'll never give up. Everything in my life that has occurred, whether it's work-wise or personal-wise or spiritually, has led me to where I am now and helping as much as I can, and even, living through every type of abuse, myself, and knowing, how to recover from that and using that recovery and being able to help others. So that's what I feel my job is now.
At this moment, groups of people just like this one are standing all along a remote 700-kilometer stretch of highway in Canada's north. It's a shared moment of silence to remember all the women lost on Highway 16, and a renewal of hope that by working together, they'll finally find some answers. It's summer now, and Darlene Bossie's parents have still not found their daughter. Yet they, too, have a new sense of hope. I've come back to Saskatchewan to visit them at Onion Lake, where Herb and Pauline have just returned from a 400-kilometer walk to Saskatoon to raise awareness about Darlene and all our missing and murdered women.
I can't stop talking about the walk, of how wonderful it was. It gave us life again. It gave us a purpose in life to continue sharing our story, and hopefully we can help other people that are in the same predicament as we have.
It made me feel like people are actually listening. People are paying attention now. And hopefully it doesn't stop there. People saw the big picture as well. They saw us walking for our daughter, but they realized there's a bigger picture we're looking at. And that is all the Native missing women.
What is it about numbers? We may never know what happened to Dawn or to so many other women we've lost. But I do know that right across this country, there are people who will not give up hope. We'll continue to honor the dead and learn to take better care of the living. We will search for the missing and call them home. What is it about numbers?